Hey, 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 welcome back. West Coast Wednesdays, back on Wednesday officially. And we are big time into Major League Baseball playoffs. I know, listen, guys, if Mo is watching right now with her team on, I know you guys can multitask as well and join the show. So if you're catching the show now, feel free to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. If you listen to us on the audio, we love that. And we appreciate the feedback and we appreciate the love, but sometimes we always show videos. So if you can, catch us on YouTube and watch the reruns, because I think those videos sometimes really help us convey our messages.
I think so too.
All right, so give us this real quick, since we're starting off the show. What is the score? Where are we at in the ball game for your Dodgers?
So right now, Dodgers are leading the series. Let's just start with that. It is game 2 of the NLDS. We are at the bottom of the 4th with our Dodgers at bat, and the score is 3-3 with 1 out. Max Muncy just tried to go for yard, and it was he hit the long ball, but there was a catch in center field, so we didn't get our run in on that one.
Okay.
So right now we have Gavin Lux up. So we're going to see what Gavin can do. He's 0 for 1 right now in the strikeout. So look, my boys in blue are going to be just fine. I think
they'll be fine. They've been doing good.
They have. And, we have Clayton Kershaw pitching today on game 2. So we always know postseason Kersh is a little clunky. He's let some runs in. He's not like Urias from game 1.
Well, this made me laugh when I saw this earlier. This was from Freddie Freeman about the Padres. They're hot, but we've been hot for 7 months.
Absolutely. And Freddie Freeman just followed up in the second inning with a home run to prove how hot we are. So we love Freddie. Right. Sorry, Braves fans. It is what it is. I'm so sorry.
So funny.
So we took you guys away from, took Freddie away from you, but we needed it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So welcome back to the show. Mo, happy belated birthday again. If you all know, it was Mo's birthday. She got a lot of love on her birthday. So thank you for everybody for helping us let her celebrate her day. Unfortunately, we'll get to the NFL news, but she didn't get the birthday present that she wanted.
I didn't, but everybody's presence was present enough. And we had a good time. What a venue.
Great
time. Shout out to Brett Feinstein over at Sapphire Gentlemen's Club. Yes, it was a gentleman's club, but they do a great Monday Night Football. And he set it out for me and us. He rolled out the red carpet on it for us.
Yeah, he did.
And the food wasn't bad.
It wasn't. I actually enjoyed. They had these donuts that were shaped as footballs.
And they came from Beatbox.
Oh, is that why they're so?
Because I saw him carrying the Beatbox. I
literally went back for a second and they were already gone. I was like, oh.
But the football shaped donut was very cute.
I was kind of thought off like, is there going to be a filling? But there wasn't a filling. It was just pure unadulterated happiness in that one. So anyways, let's get to the show. We have a few hot topics to go over. Of course, if you've watched Sunday's football as well as Monday Night Football, there's this whole roughing the passer concern and has got a lot of criticism. So I have a video real quick of just the 2 instances in question. Of course, one was the first one was Tom Brady getting hit by Grady Jarrett from the Falcons, and the second was Derek Carr getting hit by Chris Jones of the Chiefs. So here's that. Now, I know it didn't necessarily help or hurt your guys' team, but for the Falcons, it really hurt them because they had the opportunity. They were coming back with like 15 from a 15-0 scoring against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could have possibly tied or won the game, and with that against Tom Brady got the ball back and basically held on to it for the win. So that was an issue. I've read both sides of the story. I know they're not going to make any changes, it sounds like, this year. They're going to be evaluating it. And do we, maybe this is just being super sensitive after what happened with Kyler Murray the previous week.
It could be
concussions.
That may have a lot to do with it.
These don't look like roughing the passer. What do you think?
Well, for the Derek Carr one, it didn't look so much to it, but what indicated the roughing the passer is the fact that he put his arm out to brace his fall. So that's the sign that they do to indicate that it's going to be a bad fall to kind of signal off to the refs that it's a roughing the passer. I mean, listen, it did gain us an advantage. I think it put us right at 1st and goal, if I'm not mistaken, from that play, but we just weren't effective to convert.
Right.
But with the Tom Brady thing,
it could have been great for you guys.
Could have been great, but it just wasn't. And with the Tom Brady thing, I tend to agree with you on that one. That one didn't look like it at all to me. Like, I felt like that was a little too on the sensitive side of things.
Yeah.
Being extra careful, and to your point with Tua, that possibly could be, but they do need to do some evaluations on that. And Twitter was on fire. When I tell you fire about that ref who called that, they were blazing him.
And the Chiefs fans were not happy. The Chiefs fans continuously shouted a different word that we won't be
some expletives, but they were yeah.
And they went on with it for the rest of the half. Like through the rest of that first half, they continued to chant these things. So it was a little interesting. Again, they said that they're not going to really make any changes this year. I know there's been previous years where they've had issues with certain calls. They made some changes in mid-season, but they said they won't be doing it this time. So hey, what can you do?
What can you do? But Arrowhead's not a safe situation.
No, it's not. It's not. And you guys the first half you guys had was amazing.
We look like
amazing. Raiders. You look like Raiders. I mean, except for the whole Darren Waller injury.
Well, yeah. That messed up my fantasy too on top of that. I knew not to put him in because he didn't have a great performance last week.
But the Devonte Adams, 50-some yard pass.
Oh, did you see that? That's like Devonte Adams in Green Bay. You would have thought that was Aaron Rodgers, but it was that's the Devonte Adams that we've been waiting for. That's what we've been looking to see. Yeah. But we digress. Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So when we had our show last week, it was on Thursday. We were literally having the show during Thursday Night Football. We had already seen kind of how crappy of a game it was going to be, but we didn't realize how crappy of a game it was going to turn out.
It was awful.
There was not one touchdown. There was not one touchdown. So my hot topic here is the Broncos country not riding. Broncos country, let's lose. Broncos country, we tried. Because Broncos are not making it happen. There was no touchdowns. There was, I think combined, there was I think there was 6 sacks or 7 sacks on Ryan.
Russell
had 4 and 4. I want to say there was 10 sacks total in the game.
There was and I felt like Russell Wilson took the majority brunt of them. I think he was 6 to Matt Ryan's 4. Or
no, Matt Ryan had more, I think.
Oh, Matt Ryan then is 6 to Russell's 4.
But they still did terrible.
It was terrible on both sides.
Of course, I had to share some more memes because
she did.
There's a funny, I don't even know if this is true or not, but there was a report per sources that Russell Wilson is organizing a scary movie pajama night to build chemistry with the team. I can't. What I didn't know
pajamas is what's throwing me. I mean, why can't we do a Halloween costume scary movie night?
The world of Russell Wilson, so who knows? But
it's very safe.
Fans are also Broncos fans are blaming Future because I didn't know this. I've never heard this song, but I guess Future has a cameo or an appearance on the Boston Richie's latest song where he mentions Sierra in it and C, and that he can still see C or he can still whatever see. So ever since that happened, he basically must have came out right before the season started because they haven't played good all season. But when that song came out is apparently when Russell started doing bad. Also, the joke, Russell Wilson arrested in Denver for allegedly frauding the Denver Broncos for $245 million with a picture of Tiger Woods, because apparently that's the face of the Broncos, Russell Wilson.
He didn't fraud them. The Broncos frauded the fans. He knew he was getting into, and you're gonna pay this man $245
and we knew what you were getting. Granted, I thought he would still be playing better, but we knew that he wasn't playing the Russell Wilson caliber that he had been previously. Last couple years for the Seahawks, he hadn't been doing well. So,
well, I mean, the thing of it is this. You know, you guys are Broncos country, and listen, I'm entertained by it all because it's AFC West. I really don't care on the matter, but you guys are making this Russell Wilson thing be the fall guy when you've had Melvin Gordon on your team for all these seasons and he has not been playing up to the level. That is your veteran. You want to troll somebody? Troll Melvin. What the heck is he doing? Give it up to your Denver defense. But we said at the very beginning of this, Melissa, you pay this man this money. You trade off a lot of key pieces for draft picks. They don't have an offensive line. Jerry Jeudy is in his second season, and he's not really showing up. I mean, the man doesn't really have much to work with. You're basically himself. It's usually him playing against the opposing team. It really is. So I don't want to get too hard on the guy. I know he's on the other side, but you can't. You got to blame Broncos country for wanting to pay him. Why would you pay him all that money? You guys didn't even set your O-line right. And for fans, why y'all not blasting Melvin Gordon? Like, I really have that question. I seriously want to know why Melvin Gordon is getting out of this when he shouldn't be.
And the other issue, too, is what I thought was almost unheard of. I don't care who your team is at this point, but the fact that you're in a tie game, it's 9-9, you're about to go into overtime, and the fans are leaving. They're out.
I mean, what else can they do?
Stay and support your team. I mean,
they
really,
should, but that's Broncos for you. You guys had a great run. When Peyton Manning was there, we didn't say nothing. You know, we just sat there and we took it. We took the L's. We took the AFC West Conference L's for you guys. Y'all won some Super Bowls with having Peyton Manning there. Now, relax. Like, I need y'all to chill. Because you need to blame your organization for not getting the key pieces. Now, watch what happens next season when y'all start balling out and y'all have these draft picks and trades go on and all this kind of stuff. Then y'all gonna be like, "Oh, Russ is cooking."
As of right now, now we still got their draft picks. So right now we've got 2 draft picks in like the top 8 or top 10 next year.
See, they're taking L's the rest of the year.
How they're playing.
Yeah, they're gonna take L's for the rest of the year. They're gonna go for draft picks. That's what I'm saying.
It. Hey, keep taking. I'm gonna keep rooting for the L's so we go higher and higher. You know,
like I don't want my team to be dead last in the division. Like I would love that. And I had said to Chris Wynn before when we were in the comments, I said, no, Broncos need to be dead last because they really don't have nothing.
Right.
Not to mention they don't have a coach. This Nathaniel Hackett ain't cutting it. Hackett can't hack it.
Right.
And so when you go into a situation of playmaking, it's a lot of problems.
A lot of problems. One of the key things from after we got off our show last night and they went into overtime, Russell had an opportunity where it was like 4th and 1 and on the 5-yard line of Indiana. So they had like over 2 minutes on the clock. It was overtime, 4th and 1. You would think you take your running back and you get that 1 yard, get the first down, reset, regroup, and win the game. No, what does Russell do? Typical Russell fashion, throws the ball, tries for Courtland Sutton, and it's an incomplete. And that's
he knows his guy is not going to catch that ball. They're not catching any of his balls. He's overthrowing the ball. They're not used to routes like that. They haven't been able to assess the routes just yet. So what do, Russell? You either scramble and you run the ball yourself or you pass it to your running back and let him run the ball. I don't understand why people, when they get in these crucial pits, and Raiders are guilty of it too. We should be running when we should. But be overtime,
it's that's not that you had 0.0 seconds on the clock. You had over 2 minutes on the clock to get this together, and you screwed up. So the post game show, of course, is Amazon. Richard Sherman's in the post game, and he is triggered. Like he is having flashbacks. He was going off on why Russell can't just get it to the 1 yard line, and why can't you just run the ball? And he said, I wish I had Marshawn here right now to talk about it. So for all of you out there, good news is Marshawn is officially joining Amazon Prime's Thursday Night Football. He'll be featured in some short features during the broadcast. And I'm sure this makes Richard really happy. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see some discussion in regards to Russell Wilson while during the show, because they don't really hold back a lot on the Amazon Prime show.
They don't, but but Richard Sherman needs to have several seats anyway. I'm like, who's talking to you, sir? I get it that
they gave him a podium, with the guy, now he
but
wants
you got issues on your own self. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can say all that talk you want to, but Russell ain't getting in trouble with the law. His wife ain't calling police on him. Yeah, not that it has anything to do with football, but I think you should have several seats, sir. This is the only time you feel like you can grandstand. Look at your personal stuff first. You need to just stand mute, because I could have gone on Twitter and just went in a whole little thing, but I didn't want to, because you totally turned me off with that whole situation.
But what's also not hilarious, but of course, now that Russell's having these terrible games, now it's coming to public knowledge that Russ was injured. That ever since second quarter of your Raiders game, he's had this torn lat near his right shoulder. So there's no surgery. Doctors could believe it could linger for several weeks, but that he's supposed to play Monday Night Football. Again, a primetime game. The Broncos are playing the Chargers, And
Another
he's, of
divisional
course,
game.
playing.
Well, on the fantasy league, it was showing Russell was questionable because of that injury that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it was
he didn't practice Wednesday, but the fact that, it's always after the fact.
It's never going to make, it's not
going
to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. Their O-line is trash. People, you Broncos fans, why are you not going for Melvin? That's all my question is. Like, y'all got a veteran on your team, and he ain't even playing up to par. So, I mean, you need.
They're also very injury prone too. The Broncos are. So
their defense. I mean, if it wasn't for their defense, it'd be far worse.
And thank God for their defense, because I get like close to 30 points every fantasy week. So their defense is
ridiculous. I saw it firsthand with the Raiders.
Hello, hi, Kimberly.
Yes.
Hey, Natalie.
Hi,
Natalie. What's up? Thank for joining.
I think my birthday week is officially over.
I think,
but I'm still celebrating.
Month. I mean,
Yeah, you get a day. But the day was good. I wish you were there. Right? I think you would have had a ball.
I'm sure she would have.
Yeah.
The other hot topic, so of course it was the regarding Deion Sanders versus his exchanges with Coach Eddie Robinson Jr.
Yeah.
They didn't get the post-Obama hug, he called it, the post-game Obama hug. They did greet each other, and I guess Coach Robinson wasn't in it for the hug. He thought that Coach Sanders had been disrespecting him or disrespecting their team all week prior to the game, that he didn't say nothing before the game, that he was, cutting through the team's meeting or team's part of the field prior to the game.
And let everybody know this was the homecoming game for Alabama State. This was their homecoming weekend. This was the homecoming game. They got blown out like 26-14 or something like that crazy number by Jackson State. And then, go on with your discussion. I just had to set the stage.
No, that's great. Because, and what I saw from Coach Sanders is that this is like his pregame warm-up. He said that he usually runs around the entire field before the game, but because he can't run, he walked it. So it wasn't that he was doing it on purpose just because it was him or
he said he was interrupting his offense.
It's just what he was doing. Well, he took, a lot of issue with that. And then he brought up this statement about, Coach Sanders isn't SWAC and that he's not SWAC, and that and Robinson said about himself, I'm SWAC. He's not SWAC. So, of course, Deion, Deion's going to say something about that. And he made a couple videos, and I'll just put a couple of them together real quick so that we can see exactly how his feelings
are. Well, he is SWAC. I mean, if Eddie Robinson, he went to Alabama State. This is his alma mater. I get it. But you guys, before you play the video, they chose Jackson State as their opponent when they were setting the schedule.
Wow.
This is what they wanted.
They wanted it.
And I'm like, Deion Sanders, did they sell out? Yeah. Had they sold out before the homecoming game? Not so much. So he is the attraction.
Yeah.
So be thankful.
He's like, you're welcome. You should thank me. This place was sold out tonight. Oh, hello? I think she froze, so we are going to go to the video real quick.
Who is SWAC? 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 I am SWAC. Who is SWAC? I am SWAC. I am SWAC. Who is SWAC?
I wake up motivated. 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 I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody.
Hey,
my bad. My phone got hot for some odd reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what.
Where are you at?
Outer space. Leave it up to me to have the technical difficulties. Oh, actually, let me see.
I'm like, wait, what happened? I'm like, she literally just froze. What's going on?
I froze, and then the phone said, "You're too hot right now." The breadth of you and the topic of Deion Sanders and SWAC.
Everything
is just too much.
It was too much to handle. It's
too hot. Too hot to handle. Let me move this.
Shout out to Dre Day. Yes, Coach Prime all the way.
Yeah, come on.
He turned all that and put it into something that he's gonna be making probably apparel and everything else off this.
Oh, they already got shirts. Shout out to Natasha Gransberry, who posted about the I Am SWAC t-shirts. I was like, I need one. Because I'm SWAC.
Nice. Of course you do. Of course
Yeah,
you
I'm
do.
SWAC too. Like, come on.
Yeah,
And I
you
know
do.
A. Robinson what he meant. I know what he meant by that, but Deion Sanders is SWAC now too. So come on.
But he
let's give this
sounded
man
just
his
like
flowers.
he just sounded more like a hateful, spiteful coach that lost at homecoming. Like, just say, you know what, we lost. I didn't feel like giving him a hug and leave it at that. That's
And
it.
even if you didn't want to give the man a hug, I'm trying to position right from this stupid light.
You're fine.
Even if you don't want to give him a hug, it's kind of like excuse me. The dap is fine, but you're like, you know what? I'm good on the hug part.
Yeah, and then leave it at that. That's
the
it.
The shove off was just crazy.
No one cares. It's
a crazy shove off. Did you show the clips already? Good.
I did. I showed the videos while we were in technical difficulties.
While I was in technical difficulties. Not my phone. Oh, you were texting me?
Yeah, I did. It's all good. Your phone was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Too hot to handle. Too cold.
You can always change it around if you need to, if it cools down. But
yeah, whatever.
So we'll get into some Jugadores Locos. We actually have a handful today because
oh my God, so many.
Why not? Why not? Yeah. First off, numero uno, this guy. I'm sad that the picture of him has to be in his Bulls uniform. Ben Gordon, former NBA player, arrested at LaGuardia Airport. I think it was like on Monday.
Yeah.
For punching his 10-year-old son in the face. So shout out to American Airlines. They had seen it, reported it, and he was arrested. He apparently resisted arrest and didn't want to be placed in handcuffs. The officers also report that he sustained some injuries due to the altercation. He had 9 charges against him. Wow. Second-degree assault, third-degree assault, resisting arrest, endangering the welfare of a child. But get this, he's not even supposed to be allowed outside the state of Illinois with his son. And he was in New York with his son trying to get on a plane. So you're not supposed to. So since 2018, there is a restraining order that says he cannot leave the state of Illinois with his son, nor can he use any physical abuse against him. And so he gets dinged for both. And pretty much, I'm assuming he won't have any visitations with his son pretty soon after this. Like, what are you doing, sir?
He was not supposed to transport this kid outside of the state of Illinois, too.
He wasn't supposed to be leaving outside. He's not even supposed to have his child outside of the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
Outside.
He's got problems.
It's too much.
Problems. It's too much. And it's unfortunate. And I'm surprised there's no... Yes, thank you, Quan. Dodgers are always greater than Yankees. I wonder, like, if someone has video. I feel like video's coming. I don't want to speak on this until
there's gotta be. I would assume. I don't see why there wouldn't be.
It's gotta be.
I don't know.
Video's coming.
It's almost. Not that I want to see it, but geez.
I don't either, but I need to see.
Why are you out there when you know you're not supposed to be out there? Why are you out there? And it's your son.
Right. That part.
Yeah. So there's that. And then of course, since we're in baseball season, I did want to show this. So we've got 2 pitchers here. Okay. Both teams are in their prospective playoffs. So the Astros relief pitcher Phil Madden and the Phillies reliever David Robertson both cannot participate in the playoffs for their entire playoffs because they were doing things within the dugout during the regular season of play. So
excuse me, doing things like what?
So Astros pitcher, the guy on the left there, is out for the entire postseason because he fractured his finger punching the locker after he left the regular season game versus the Phillies on the 5th. He punched the locker, fractured his finger, and now can't play for the playoffs.
Doesn't he know his hands are his job? Like,
hello,
bread and butter.
What are you doing? Then, of course, we got the right guy here on the right, Phillies reliever, David Robertson. So he is now off of the NLDS roster. And I don't know if Phillies continue, if they do well and they make if they go to the NLCS, if they'll be able to play. But he apparently strained his right calf while celebrating Bryce Harper's home run in Game 2 of the Wild Card series with the Cardinals. He was celebrating Bryce Harper's home run. Strains his calf and now can't play during the NLDS.
Well, I hope Bryce Harper sent him some lovely flowers or something because the Phillies lost today.
Yes. So their series tied 1-1. Shout out to Goose. I know he's happy about that.
Yeah, he is. I'm sure
that first one, the first loss at home might have been, a tough one for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was another one. Of course, we got to talk about your guy Devonte Adams, who had a little bit of a meltdown towards the end of the game. There was a play where they, y'all could have tried to score, and who was it? Him and Hunter Renfrow had collided together.
They collided. Hunter Renfrow, who's back. Let's just say Hunter Renfrow's back from first week of concussion protocol, so he's back.
And
he's back, and he gets collided in a collision with Devonte Adams because they don't communicate the route that Derek Carr threw. Had they not crossed and collided, that would have been an awesome play to see. But
sure, they collided. In typical
Raiders fashion,
game ends, and Devonte Adams walks off the field and strikes a media personnel on his way to the tunnel. So, yeah, not a good look.
Yeah. So the camera guy has pressed charges, right?
Pressed charges, and
not a lawyer.
Davante has been charged with a misdemeanor assault for shoving the cameraman. I have
a lot to say about this.
I mean,
I've seen different vantage points of the whole situation.
I don't think he should have pushed him. Of course, he's had a bad game. They had a tough loss. He's upset. Yeah, he pushed the guy. But at the same time, as media, granted, we haven't been on the field for an NFL football game, but as media, you try and stay clear of the players as they're entering, exiting, doing whatever. Why this media person runs right in front of him as he's leaving, I still don't understand.
Yeah, and a security guard was right there too. So the fact that the security guard was right there and didn't tell him like, hey, you have to clear out first of all, from what I understand, the media and camera access, when they're going through the tunnel, they should not be there. It's limited access. So he was a freelance camera guy for one of the networks or something. And I should have sent this to you on Twitter, but there's a different vantage point you can see.
Oh, really?
Where he literally collided with Davante. And when he collided, it's like when somebody literally runs into you, not paying attention, and you push them off, and he did that. Now, granted, he should not have pushed him off. I feel like if he pushed him off and the guy fell, he should have saved it by coming back and saying, oh, my God, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Like some athletes have done that. They've knocked in the camera people in tunnels and come back and say, oh, are you okay? But he never did that. So now... Yeah. It's a setup trap because I know this guy is like the guy is probably
fine. And here's the guy. The guy on his report said that he had a whiplash and a sustained other. I'm like, what whiplash did you get? No, you didn't. You got pushed back. You did not get. Maybe you had like a bruise, like a hip, or you hurt your wrist.
I'm sure he has everything known possible to get paid. So my question is to the audience out there, and you guys can join the chat. If that happened to you, would you be trying to sue Devonte Adams?
I mean,
if any celebrity were to run into you and they pushed you, first of all, if they're pushing me, I'm staying there. I'm laying on the ground. I'm not getting back up. I'm playing.
Right. I need the ambulance. I need medics. I need attention.
I'm not getting back up. I've always even said if I fell in public, I wasn't getting up, let alone if somebody pushes me, I'm not getting back up.
Especially like in a casino.
Yeah, I'm staying down on the ground. I'm staying down. Bring all the attention to me. Don't laugh anymore because it's like, oh, she's serious.
Kente said an easy 20 grand.
Oh, yeah. But see, Davante is stupid because he didn't even see the trap. Because the way they collided, it would have been one good look.
Quan said he looked like he was about 145 pounds.
45 pounds, yeah. He was
like he could have pushed him with one finger and he would have fallen.
He could have. I mean, and I'm telling you, I'm going to send you that vantage point on Twitter. I sent it to my mom too. But the action is he pushed the guy. But the thing of it is if he had collided with that guy, if Davante was smart, he should have thrown his head back and grabbed his nose like, oh, my nose, and seen what that would have done. But he wasn't thinking. I mean, it's pure frustration.
Quan wants
I want 250,000 season tickets for 3. Yeah, I mean, the guy is coming up. I mean, we know what this is. It's a come up. And this is just a cautionary tale to all the athletes. I know you get in the heat of the moment, but you've got to be careful with your actions because people were saying maybe he should have gone off to the sideline and cooled off. But when you're walking to the tunnel, you're not expecting anybody in your eye vantage point.
Space.
Yeah, in your immediate space. You're not. Sure. But had he come back and circled back around and checked on dude, be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I just was frustrated. Something to make it a little bit better. But the guy probably still would have sued, but at least Davante's in because it looked like, hey, I tried to apologize to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, granted, to give him credit, he did do it when he got to the locker room. I'm sure he cooled down. I know he did it on social media, but clearly that wasn't enough. Maybe he would have done more while he was there.
That's what I said. If he had done it in the moment, if he had literally saw the guy fall down and turned around and said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Because athletes have done that before, and they've asked them if they're okay. I'm sorry about that, bud. Let me sign you or something.
My thing is, where's the video of the guy getting up, and does he look like he's hurt?
Oh, let me show you. I got that too. So Derek Carr's brother's all over this.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's on Twitter, investigate. He tweeted a zoom in where, oh my God, catch that. He tweeted a zoom in where you see the guy getting up and security literally mouthing, "Are you okay?" And the guy verbalizing yes. So he's really in this. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Does not matter if he says yes. It's just like a car accident. Somebody can say they're yes, and then they go home and they wake up with injuries. You know how it goes. Doesn't matter if someone says, "Oh, I'm okay for now," but then when you get home and that pain kicks in, I mean, matters not. But that's
I've been like in a car accident where you're feeling okay, fine, but then you get home and all of a sudden like
your body is feeling it. Exactly. So he can say yes all day. It doesn't negate the point that the man pushed him. Still in trouble. But Derek Carr is all over it. He's really trying to get the public opinion all on the side of Tay, like this is crazy. The guy is hustling him.
And he is.
Stupid. We know he's hustled. We know he's being hustled. We know he's being hustled. We know this.
Yeah.
But does Davante know in the future you can't do this? Because now look at the punishment. Fine, possible suspension after our bye week. We play the Texans at home, so we have no Devonte Adams. Ticket sales don't go down that
right now, but geez.
So it's like, look what this typical Raider stuff, It's frustrating, but he is definitely a Raider now.
Right. Hello, Alicia. Thanks for joining in.
Yes,
we appreciate
Alicia.
you. Shout out to Quan and Nally. They're in the comments having a whole taco discussion. And
oh, nice.
That's not really sports, so we're not going to post them. But thanks.
Oh, okay.
And, they're going off, a taco love triangle, I guess you could say.
Nothing wrong with the tacos.
There was also another one. I don't think we ever mentioned the Draymond Green and Jordan Poole.
We didn't. Punch. Well, we mentioned it last week, but we didn't talk about the end result, which is Draymond's not getting suspended.
Right. He's going to get fined, but not suspended. But we also didn't know this was also prior to the video being leaked last week. So the video got leaked. See the video. TMZ paid somebody to leak that video.
million.
So we saw the sucker punch. We saw the little shove that Jordan Poole had. We saw the punch by Draymond Green. He wasn't playing. And I don't know what those practices are going to look like after this. He goes back to on Saturday. He said he was going to take a little break from the team and kind of just, gather his thoughts. And I guess he's going to be returning to the team tomorrow, not being suspended, but is facing a fine. So that's about all I can say.
So he gets fined for calling Kevin Durant out of his name and a suspension, but he doesn't get suspended for hitting Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Jordan Poole doesn't watch Cobra Kai, obviously. You're supposed to strike first and show no mercy. If a guy's running up on you, you need to either strike first and show no mercy. We're watching Cobra Kai here. Season 5 is just out.
And my thing is, show us the whole clip, because they are probably bickering and going at it back and forth for the whole practice.
Well, that's why I said I needed audio for context. Yeah, I needed to see what was said that drove that notion. But if somebody's running up on you, strike first, no mercy.
Kente, our Warriors fan, he couldn't believe it. Poole is about to get paid. My Warriors looking good.
Oh, yeah. He's got a great contract coming on his extension. It's a good, cool 30 mil easy, I believe. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate thing. It's very embarrassing. And the sad thing about this is that the video lives forever. It's not a thing that we can hear in a story like when Steve Kerr was talking about when he and Jordan fought. We don't have any footage of that. Yeah. But you got footage of this. So yeah. I'm just wondering, audience, should he be suspended or not? Should he have gotten the 1-day suspension or what?
Well, I think the other issue too for him is, I think that first game is their ring ceremony too. So then they're thinking about, well, do we keep him out of the ring ceremony? Too. And so it's a tough one. I feel like there was more to it than just that. I don't know.
The athletes fight all the time. I think the fact that they just got to be transparent and who's the person that leaked it. They got paid a cool $2 million, but they work on the staff.
Paid.
I feel like it was one of the janitors or somebody.
Someone did. Someone in the what do they call the TV the video people? I forgot their technical name, but it was one of them. It was.
Y'all tripping.
Uh-oh. What do we got?
Padres just scored. That's what I'm saying.
4-3.
Yep. Top of the sixth.
Man. Real quick, in some local Las Vegas news, our Vegas Golden Knights started their season yesterday and beat the LA Kings in LA 4-3. Eichel is back. Stone is looking good. We've got Logan Thompson as our starting goalie. He had 27 saves yesterday. They look good. I mean, so far I'm with it. We got a new coach. Also returning, so Thursday is their home season opener, which is tomorrow versus the Blackhawks, 7:00, T-Mobile, of course. They're bringing back the gold carpet, which hasn't happened since since pandemic. So they want all fans to wear gold. The players will be walking through Toshiba Plaza starting at 3:30 p.m. And so, you get to get that home season opener vibe with the Golden Knights.
That'll be dope.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go yet or not, but I fly home to Seattle on Friday, head to the Mariners game Saturday. But the Kraken have their home opener against Vegas Golden Knights on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
If I can score like a cheap one ticket, but it's their home opener, so everybody's, it's a kind of a high price game.
Right.
I've already paid enough for Mariners and still need to try and find Sunday tickets should the Sunday game happen.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So it's a huge weekend in Seattle. The Huskies play Arizona earlier in the day. I'll miss that. The Seahawks play Arizona, and their game's going to get delayed by an hour and a half should there be a game 4 happen. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hey, Natasha. Shout out to your Astros.
No, shout out to her Astros. I don't care.
But
shout out to her because she'll be here next week for the Texas game. So
yeah.
Well, no, we're on a bye, so it's the following weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, we're on a bye. That's what I was going to mention with the whole Darren Waller situation.
I thought she was coming this weekend for some reason. I don't know. I'm confused. Well, yeah.
No, there's a bye. We're in a bye week. Trust me, my fantasy league is letting me know that there's a bye week and I need to substitute.
Don't forget that, fantasy people. It's a bye week.
6 bye weeks
have started. The bye weeks have started and it's official.
Yep.
So shout out to the Golden Knights. Also, we want to spread a little news. Kelsey Plum had a great meet and greet last weekend down in Henderson. Well, there's another one coming up that we wanted to share with you. And shout out to Mo for finding this. Chelsea Gray, the point guard, is going to be at Dick's Sporting Goods this Saturday from 11 to 1 at Fashion
And I'm working that day, so I will be over there.
Yes.
I'm going to sneak over and try to get an autograph.
They even have giveaways and stuff too. There could be some signed shoes, signed jerseys, some posters, etc. So get on down there Saturday, 11 to 1 p.m. at Fashion Show. And go by and say hi to Mo while you're down there.
Right. Yeah, come see me at Nordstrom. I'll be there. If you don't see me there, you'll see me at the Dick's Sporting Goods because it's right across the way. And I'm bringing my Razor Steaks towel.
Hopefully those lines aren't as bad as the one that Kelsey's apparently had like a 2-hour wait in line. That she actually stayed 2 hours beyond the time limit because there were so many fans there. But everybody got their stuff signed.
That's great.
They weren't turning anyone away. So that's amazing.
Well, I found out about this through Carmen, so shout out to her because she follows the Point God.
Nice.
Point God had posted on her Instagram, and I was like, "Oh my God!" On her Instagram, it's there. And then I saw the flyer from Dick's.
Yes.
So I was like, "I'll show that." So, and I'm wondering if anybody knows. So that's why I'm glad we're spreading the word because that's going to be a good look for her.
It's soon and not. I don't think many have seen it, so we'll see.
You guys, she's a Finals MVP. Please come out. You want to see this woman.
She's the point
you
guy.
Want to see
she
her.
Is, every guy that I speak to that maybe isn't a fan of the WNBA is a fan of Chelsea Gray. They're her skills are ridiculous. She really is amazing.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. Good luck with that on Saturday. The Rebels lost in a huge way this weekend to San Jose State. They lost 40-7. So their quarterback, the San Jose State's quarterback, ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for 2 touchdowns. It was just game over. It couldn't be handled. Yeah. Wow. So next up for the UNLV, they take on the Air Force here at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday at 7:30. Both teams are 4-2, so we'll see how that goes for them. Mm-hmm. And then we got our Lights. The Lights won their last game at home on Saturday. They're still in playoff contention. They play their last regular season game in LA versus the Galaxy 2 this Saturday. And they also were hoping that these Lights can they haven't made the playoffs, I don't think, since
if they make the playoffs for the first time, I swear to God, this is going to be epic for them and epic for us.
And
It really
if
is.
they do make it, what you need to be doing is doing this. If you go online to lights.com/mystery jersey, you can pay $35. Granted, these jerseys are usually close to $100. You can pay $35 plus shipping and handling. You put in the size that you want, and you'll be given a new or player worn jersey and a warm up top. So this includes 10 designs, not from this regular season, but from prior seasons. But that's the cheapest jersey in town. They're usually $100 jerseys, and these are going for $35.
That's awesome.
If you're in Vegas, if you love the lights, if you like supporting the lights, make sure get out there and take part in that action right there.
I want one.
All right, so we are going to get into a little bit of NFL football. Listen, I have to come with my guy here, Benchwarmer Ben. Always has the greatest recap. So here's the recap for week 5.
Man, I didn't see the games this weekend. Can you update me on what happened again? What were you doing this time? I went to a pumpkin patch. Oh, that's festive, right? But yeah, I got you. Cool. So eventually, one of these weeks has to be normal, right? The Broncos and Colts played one of the worst games of all time on Thursday Night Football. Send the horse teams to the glue factory. The Giants are 4-1 despite having Burger King employees for wide receivers. Have it your way, I guess. Taysom Hill had 4 touchdowns. I'm sorry, what? The Texans won a game. Hey, when's the parade? Cooper Rush is still undefeated. How does this keep happening? And Devonte Adams assaulted a photographer. It's the Raider way. Anything normal this week? Well, Tom Brady got bailed out by the refs. Tradition like no other. Matt Rule got fired. Finally. And Kyle Pitts didn't score any fantasy points. He even play? Does he ever? That's fair.
Funny.
Hey, but that does, remember a couple weeks ago we showed that little Raiders little diagram that was like, we got our hopes up, we're winning, we lost, someone gets in trouble and someone gets in trouble, and look at this, it's come full circle.
That's the Raider way.
The Raider way.
They're doing stuff like what Raiders do.
The Raider way.
Raiders do.
I can't. Oh man. Tasha, we definitely would love to hook up with you next weekend.
Yes,
so keep us
definitely.
abreast of your plans.
Definitely. I'm going to try and go to that game. So last time we were at the same game, we missed each other. I FaceTimed her. She was somewhere in Allegiant. I was outside of Allegiant.
I saw her briefly in Seattle during the Seahawks game like a couple years ago, I think, but that was cool.
And then she came in the store to see me that one time she was here. So I was like, okay.
That's awesome. We
cool.
love it. Yeah. Trade deadline November 1st. So big questions are, is Christian McCaffrey going to get traded? Of course, we just heard on Benchwarmer Ben is that the Panthers can their coach, and now do they want to start making some moves so that they can look forward to a future? Because it's sad for Christian McCaffrey. Like, this guy's got so much talent, and he's just stuck with a team that. Well, he's not hurt this year.
Well, no, but that hurt set him back,
So we've got that. Is Odell Beckham Jr. going to be landing anywhere? Where is he going? He was talking about how the Rams were trying to give him no money. Coach McVay came back saying that wasn't going to be his final offer. He's visited the Giants. There's been rumors that he's interested in the Bills because of their wide receiver injuries. But he might not even be able to play until December. So, I mean,
what's
I guess.
The point?
Well, it's still OBJ. He can make it happen, I guess.
Yeah, he can. Once he comes, is he fully recovered from his injury, or is he?
Not yet. They said he can't. He wouldn't be able to play until probably. They don't think he'll be able to be playing before December. So you're looking at the final end of the. Could be a playoff. Trying to get into playoffs, whatever. Who knows?
That'd be cool. You get a ring if you join the Bills, possibly, or the Eagles, or whatever. But the Eagles don't need anything. But I don't know where he's gonna go.
Yeah. Said Odell needs to retire.
I feel like he just should go to the Rams. Go back to the Rams.
He should. I think that's where he wants to go. I think he just wants the money. So he's probably going to have some kind of bidding war there for a while. We'll see. Tua is practicing today limitedly, apparently, but he is not projected to play in week 6. He's still going through safety protocols with them. My Seahawks lost a tough one to the Saints. Here's the deal.
That was a London
terrible
game
defenses and terrible defenses. We had the next highest scoring game as we did last week because there's no defense being played. Taysom Hill went off.
He's that guy. And I
had
him in my fantasy, and I dropped him because when he was going to come in, he was either going to play as either quarterback or receiving position, and I knew that was a big mistake when I saw that. But
sometimes you'll get 0 points, but then like that, this last Sunday he had, I don't know what he had, like 20 points or something. So, and also the Seahawks lose Rashad Penny for the season.
Yeah,
again, I feel like it's a broken record. Excuse me. So we did pick up, I guess there was a running back, Tony Jones from the Saints, that was on waivers. We picked him up. They also signed Bruce Irvin to the practice squad. So apparently Bruce still got a little couple clicks in him and he wants to get back into it, which I know our defense could use some help. So I'd be with it. We still got injuries on our team too. And it's gonna, but Geno Smith is still like the only quarterback that's over 90. What is it? The rating 90 something or whatever.
Is that his Madden rating?
Not Madden, but it's like the quarterback weekly percentage. I don't know. He's been the highest for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, gotcha.
Highest for the last 2 weeks.
Gino's been doing the best he can for what he's got. I mean, and the team.
Listen, he can't play defense for the team. So, he's doing all he can offensively and it's making it happen. He's making it work. The guys are missing some, DK, like he'll catch plays and then he'll also drop plays.
Yeah.
So it was a little tough one. And we're moving on. So
who do you guys play this upcoming week again?
Good question. I don't think I even, let me see. Oh, never mind. I do know that.
Cardinals,
Arizona and Seattle.
Right.
Yeah, Arizona and Seattle.
Okay, a divisional game.
Divisional game. I'm not really scared about it because the Cardinals haven't been doing great either, but it's also going to help us in the rankings because I think there's still like a 2 or 3 way tie.
Well, you guys, you guys are 3 of you guys are 2-3 right now, except for freaking San Francisco.
Except for those damn Niners. Oh yeah, and the Cowboys are 4-0 with Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
What's funny is that remember when Dak first got injured before the Cooper Rush could win game thing? Mm-hmm. It was Dak's going to be back in a couple weeks. We're going to leave him open for 4 weeks. This is nothing. He's already got his stitches removed. Well, now Coach McCaffrey is saying that Dak is still in medical rehab for his broken.
Well, I mean, they said 6 weeks.
So, I get it, but Dak been saying that he's been ready, and I get that. I know there's gonna be a process. It just seems like now that they are doing good, they're not rushing his return.
Yeah, mentally he's not ready. Mentally he's probably ready, but they're gonna put him in when it comes to one of the big games when they really need him. I think it's
that would be this Sunday because they're playing the Eagles for the top of the NFC East.
Yeah, they are, but they're not gonna play him. They're gonna go with Cooper, right?
Yeah. Cooper is the starting guy this week. Should be interesting.
They'll lose that game. And then they'll be like, we wish we had Dak.
I'm waiting for a loss. I've been waiting for one. JC is clearly a Cowboys fan. So congrats to your boys.
I mean, look at this
for
schedule.
making it.
I mean, I can't talk. Shoot, Raiders are 1-4. We got an elite team. This is crazy.
We can't say much.
I can't say much. I'm not going to dish you guys. Congratulations on your 4-0. But I'm liking how the Eagles are looking.
Yeah, Eagles are looking tough.
They're looking real good.
Just a reminder for all of our fantasy football players out there. Again, the bye week is the start of bye weeks. Yep. The Lions, the Texans, the Raiders, and the Titans all off this week. So please plan accordingly. Check on your fantasy football teams just to see who is out because you don't want to be that person, Natalie, who leaves somebody in that's not playing this weekend.
Well, it's good you're giving them tips because I'm very competitive. I ain't giving nobody no tips. You snooze, you lose.
It happens, right? It happens.
I'm trying to win money here, you guys. Stay on top of y'all fantasy leagues.
The fantasy league is a tough one.
Let me tell you. I think part of the tickets might be better. Just because of the bye weeks, you might have better picks if you do a 3-teamer or you do a money line bet. I feel like you'll probably be better success with the bye weeks going in, I think, on some of this. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to be optimistic.
And if for some reason some idiot decides to dump the Broncos defense, pick them up. Listen, it was just crazy. Justin Tucker had a game this weekend. He hit the winning field goal, 43-yard field goal to beat the Bengals. Travis Kelce had a game, 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football.
Can we talk about this real quick?
Yeah.
You know that Pat Mahomes is going to throw the ball. You know he's going to throw the ball at Travis Kelce. He did it 4 times, and our defense for the Raiders could not see that coming. Not once, not twice, not the third time, not the fourth. I mean, this is insane to me. This is his guy. Like, why is the defense on Travis Kelce? It didn't make any sense to me. Explain that to me, Mel. I don't know what was happening, because it was the craziest thing ever that this man got targeted 4 times and we had no defensive tackles on him whatsoever.
I want to say 3 were actually in the end zone too. Like only one of them was outside the end zone.
No coverage. You got a 2-man coverage, Devonte Adams, but they can't do defense. Our defense can't do that on the other side when it comes to Travis Kelce. That was insane to me.
But because Juju wasn't having a good night. He had a couple catches. There was nothing outrageously happening there. But Travis Kelce is the only target.
That's his target.
He is the only target.
Why
That's his BFF.
Not keying up on him? You mentioned this guy and it just triggered me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you got.
No, it's all good.
I pulled a Sherman. Sorry.
I did. Minus the domestic stuff.
Kente. Austin Eckler has been going off the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he has. I have Austin Eckler in one of my fantasy leagues. He is.
And that's good because he started slow. I thought for sure like some people that had picked him high were like, oh man, but he has definitely come through for the Chargers and for fantasy football players out there. Who else had a crazy game for me? I played a guy that had Travis Kelce and Derek Carr and the kicker for the Raiders. So that last
Daniel
play,
Carlson.
I wanted the Raiders to win, but I was also hoping that, Derek Carr didn't throw a long ball because I would have lost my fantasy football game at that point.
Yeah.
I was up by like 80 points before Monday Night Football started. And when Monday Night Football ended, I was only up by 10.
That's because I ended up having some clutch stuff going on my side of us. We played each other in that one league, and that's I thought for sure you had.
Well, I lost that game. I lost that game.
Yeah.
I'm doing terrible in the women's league, but I am doing fairly well in the guys' league. So I'm going to keep it like that.
That's good. Anybody else real quick on NBA? I am drafting 2 NBA leagues. I draft on Sunday, one at 1 o'clock.
You're doing 2 leagues for NBA?
I'm doing 2 leagues. One's a money league. I keep telling you I have these money leagues. One's a money. First of all, I wouldn't even be having all these leagues if you didn't forgo the guys' league that you put me in. That's number 1.
That was only one.
Yeah, but then I had to join Girl Chat, and then I have my Nordstrom one. I told you I got all these different. Everybody needs.
But why are you doing 2 NBA? That's like, that's it. I guess
because one's a Nordy one. Because we have a Nordy basketball one, and then I have the one I always do in Phoenix with the guys. So I had to do those.
It's like daily changing.
We're drafting on Sunday, and it looks like we're going to be pretty. I mean. Listen, I've been playing the mock draft for the last 2 days trying to strategize this stuff. It's just so hard because these young Tito's are balling. And you just don't know which Tito's to draft.
I can't even.
You definitely don't want the veterans because the veterans get hurt or take load management. So it's just a very, very complicated. It's harder than football. I'll tell you that much. When you're drafting basketball, it's harder than football.
And even just changing your roster is harder because you're doing it like multiple times a week. It's not.
Well, you can set your roster for the week. It automatically will set your roster for the week, but still it'll mess it up. You still got to check in on it. Yeah. Every day.
All right, so into some baseball. Of course, we talked about it already. The Dodgers and Padres are playing now. Dodgers are up 1-0. What's the score of the game now? Still 4-3?
4-3 because the Padres had that run in. But we've got 2 men on base right now.
Okay.
One on third, one on third, and one on first.
Great.
So
the Braves beat the Phillies, so they're tied 1-1. I thought
we did have them.
Funny.
Shoot, we got out. It's the end of the 6th. We're in the 7th inning stretch now. Jeez.
All right. Bryce Harper, the Vegas guy, of course, repping his Phillies with his his chaining.
What kind of chaining?
Got a Phillies spinner chain.
Why are we talking about him?
I know I saw that video. I was like, spinners? We still doing spinners even on chains? Like,
I mean, that's what he's doing apparently, and that one has real diamonds on it. So everybody else that'd be dissing the spinner chains probably ain't got the ones with the diamonds, real diamonds crested on there, dusted on there. Shoot.
So I gotta take it back real quick to Saturday, which was the game 2 of the Mariners Blue Jays wild card series.
Oh my God!
I was at the pool and I thought we were done. Like I was already sun-induced. I had a drink or 2, and I was pissed off. Like the 5th inning, we were down 8-1. I was hot. I was done. I wanted to be over. And I made a couple posts that I probably shouldn't. I could have taken down, but I didn't. They're still out there, so sue me, whatever. But What was funny is during the top of the 8th, one of the Mariners fans there in Seattle decided he wanted to make a new route, because you hear about rally caps and rally stuff when you're down in the game, you want to rally. This guy in Seattle decided to do the rally shoe, and he rally shooed. He started it, and before you knew it, a good amount of people that were at the viewing party at T-Mobile were doing it themselves. And lo and behold, the Mariners came back from a 7-point deficit and came back to win 10-9. This is my interpretation of the rally shoe.
Yeah, you just set it on the brim, and the rally shoe helped.
And the rally shoe made it happen. And
look
what's
at
hilarious,
your rally slide on your rally
well, because he had a Burke. And then what's so fitting is, of course,
did you put your rally shoe on at the pool or no?
I didn't. I didn't even know about the rally shoe until after the game.
Oh,
because I kept saying, "What is this rally shoe?" So apparently, and it's a Birkenstock. Go figure for Seattle.
Well, that's typical. That sounds about normal.
It's a Birkenstock.
Sounds about right.
It sounds about right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was crazy. The Mariners Astros game, I literally had to take a nap after the game yesterday because I was hot. We came up big in the first. I think it was like 4-0 in like by the third inning. We had lost we gave up 5 runs in the 8th, and bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th. 5 runs.
I literally checked your guys' score at the top of the 9th inning. You guys were up. I checked back in again, and you lost. And I was like, what the F is going on? Like, I didn't even get to watch the game to see what happened.
Right.
But I didn't like that at all.
And I know Natasha was there, and she was like, y'all fans should have left. Because I guess there was a lot of Houston fans that were leaving mid-game because they were down by like, they were down by a lot. But between the 8th and 9th inning, they came back. I had to show it because it was a great hit. But here's the deal. We put in Robbie Ray, who pitched game 2 of the wild card series, who dug us that ditch. He started on Saturday. We put him in for the last, what we now know as the last batter in the 9th inning. They put him in for the 9th inning. And of course, Alvarez hits the 3-run home run walk-off, which was just
incredible.
But incredible.
Alvarez launches deep right field. This one is gone, and the Astros walk them off in game 1.
Well, you guys were in Astro World too, so
I know, and the Astros have our number.
Unfortunately,
they have
the Astro World is still a different animal out there. Yeah, so I get it.
So we have a second game tomorrow at 12:30. The Yankees are up 1-0 over the Guardians. They play again tomorrow at 4:30, and then
So my Dodgers game yesterday was very fulfilling, very entertainment. We started with Urias as our starting pitcher for that game. He pitched a good 5 innings. We knew by the 5th inning when the guys were starting to hit and make base get on base that it was time's up for Urias. So we had to bring in other relief pitchers. Now let me tell you something about the Dodgers. Our bullpen, as far as the pitchers go, is pretty deep. Dave Roberts had a very strong conversation with our closing pitcher, Craig Kimbrell, who is god-awful. He makes Kenley Jansen look like a saint. But anyway, he didn't get in the starting lineup, and that was huge news for the Dodgers, that Craig Kimbrell was not going to be a part of this postseason match series with the Padres just because of his bad pitching. But anyway, to say the least, our guys in blue are just awesome. We hit 5 runs early on, right into the 5th or 6th inning. We were up 5. Padres tried to come back. It's just too late, too little too late. I mean, the thing of it is we started off hot, and we never let them back in after they hit their, it was 3 or 4. Yeah. Never let them back in. And Trayce Thompson, who people don't know is Klay Thompson's brother, plays for the Dodgers.
I had no idea.
He's in the starting lineup.
No idea.
I know. I told you. I said, yeah, that's Trayce. He's been here. He's been with us. But he never starts. He's in the starting batting order. And he plays, I believe he plays left field. Yeah, left field on defense.
Wow.
And he had a couple good catches. I mean, we've got some good people up in our thing right now. But it's still 4-3, and these Padres are just, I think their bats are trying to get a little warm here. And Kershaw pitched a good 6 innings as best as he could. till he gave out. So now we have our relief pitcher Almonte in right now. So
Okay. Well,
we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
It's early.
Full time.
Top of the 7th.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to get through some sneaker drops and then we'll go into some picks. Thank you for this. We just got this news that Nike is supposedly moving to curb sneaker buying bots in the resale market with penalties. They made some updates to their terms, stating that they could cancel your order online if it's made using an automated technology or software. They also added
if it's keep going to the same address or something crazy too. Like
they said
orders to the address.
Yeah, they said they can charge restocking fees and refuse refunds or suspend counts of users that are being suspected of being resellers or exceeding the spending limits set by the brand. I didn't even know there was a spending limit, which is crazy. I mean, it sounds good. That works. That works. I don't know.
Well, they had the HBCU dunk collection. You talked about it last week. So TSU had their
shoes. There's one coming up.
And there's another one coming. But for the Clark Atlanta shoe came out now. I think there's a TSU shoe coming out. But anyway, they only set out 2,000 pairs. So you got to imagine, yes, in the States, 2,000 pairs. That's all you get.
Oh, my God.
So you got to imagine when you're in this sneaker game, which I've tapped out of, you're competing with 2,000 or 5,000 other people, especially on rare limited editions. I don't know what it's going to do with the bots. I think the bots are still going to be winning with this. We will see.
But hopefully it
hopefully it can contain it somewhat. They need to regulate this. That's my issue with trying to get sneakers to begin with. So
I hear you.
We'll see what happens.
So here's a little different change. We got some New Balances out. These are the Awali. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Times collaboration with New Balance. This is the XC72 come in this blue and a brown color. These will be out tomorrow. These are actually kind of nice. I've noticed that the theme for the fall is kind of like having that fur kind of sweater material on shoes. I know there's some dunks coming out with it soon too, but let's see what else we got. We have the Air Force One lows. This is the Bronx originals. These will be coming out on the 14th. I know Litsy's excited. Litsy wants a pair of pandas. So the high and lows are getting restocked again and will be out on the 14th. I think you're muted if you're trying to say something.
I was like, I think she can get those at the outlet too. She misses it on the drop. No, seriously. Everybody's been waiting at the Nike outlet at North Premium Outlets. If you guys go over there, they've got J's and they've got dunks and they've got stuff over there. Go check it out. I'm just saying.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
We also have these Halloween dunks that are coming out on the 14th. I like the orange. So those will be out.
I've seen those and those citrus ones. They look familiar.
Mm-hmm.
No, the side looks funny.
I thought these came out before, but I guess the women's Canyon Purple, I think they look like the Snuffleupagus, but these will be released. They're only for women's sizing 10-15. They will be October 15th. The Dunk Low Premiums, the Wolf Gray, these will be out on 10-15 as well. Got a different style lace. It looks like a little bit different of a leather upper too.
Mm-hmm.
These ones just entertain me. So Smiley, I guess, is that a brand? I don't know. Smiley and Reebok, the Shack Attacks are coming out on 10-15. Again, with that whole sweater material looking thing there. But if I see these on somebody, I don't know. I didn't even know they were still making Shack Attacks. I think it's hilarious. And then, of course, the FAMU Florida A&M Dunk Lows. These will be out on the 18th. Part of the HBCU collection.
2,000 pairs, you guys. Good luck.
Good luck is right. All right. And one last thing I just want to shout out. The U.S. women's national team hasn't been doing great. They actually lost 2 of their last games, which is the first time since 2017 they've lost 2 games in a row. They had 2 friendlies. One on Friday versus England. This is a picture from there. They had a record-breaking amount of fans there. I believe it was close to 79,000 fans came for this international friendly between England and the U.S. It was crazy. But here's the deal. And we never brought it up, and we can bring it up another time because it's just crazy. They've been playing these games this last week right after They have the report for the physical and mental abuse by the Women's National Soccer League came out. So it was very disturbing. There was coaches, ex-coaches during the Women's National League that had verbal and sexual misconduct with the players. They called it systematic abuse and misconduct. So just shout out to all the women in women's professional soccer, the U.S. Women's National Team, because I think they have a lot to bear, and we wish them the best of success. So
I'm pretty sure that is awful. That just got awful.
I read it and it made me sick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even.
I'm not surprised. Is that a mean?
But it's like professional. I mean, it wasn't it was your mom and pop AAU team that or adult league at the community center. It was like professional coaches were treating these women like this. It's just, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm surprised, but then you're not surprised. But
I'm not surprised because think of the Larry Nader, or what's his name, that was with the gymnastics coach for all those girls and doing all that stuff. Same all that. Yeah. So I mean,
I know.
Oh, this is bad.
I know.
Men.
That's like a whole show topic at that. It
point. Really is. And it. That's just disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, let's get into some NFL picks for week 6. So, Mo, you won last week. Congratulations.
Yeah, because I picked the Jets. I'm telling everybody, you better pick these Jets, man.
It wasn't just the Jets. You picked the Jets. You had the Saints. You had the, Niners, Eagles.
Yeah.
You beat me. So, on to week 6. Another superb Thursday night football. Who will be planning these? I just want to have one
I'm going to tell you
conversation
something before you get into this. Amazon Prime is a jinx. We should never switch networks. They're having the worst games on Amazon Prime. It's not working out. If this game begins to be a bust, I blame it on being on Amazon Prime. People can't get to the network that don't have it. It's just a lot of issues. And I see like these games are just not tracking well being on Amazon Prime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're just not tracking.
We've got the Commanders at Chicago.
That's a toss-up.
So the was it Ron Rivera was it he that still coaches the Commanders? He was on the giving a press conference about how the reason why the other NFC East teams are doing well is because they have good quarterbacks.
Yeah, and he had to apologize to Carson Wentz over that.
We have good quarterback. I'm gonna go with the Bears just because it's in Chicago, but again, depending on the weather, who knows what can happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears on that too.
Okay. We got San Francisco at Atlanta. I just can't.
I want to take Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons so badly because you said it's in Atlanta.
It is in Atlanta.
But 49ers.
And I need someone to pop the Niners cherry real quick. Bring their fan base back down a level.
You think Atlanta's going to do it?
I'm not saying they're going to do it, but I physically can't put myself to go for the Niners.
Well, I have to go to the Niners just to be a little realistic.
Be the realistic one here.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, I would love for Atlanta to quash them for you, but I just don't. I
would love a great upset. Yeah.
Yeah. And it might be.
So one that was surprising was the Patriots completely beating who they play last week.
Let me look.
I don't know. They killed Detroit. Detroit was scoreless last week.
They're 1-4 with the Raiders. It's crazy.
So the Patriots at the Browns this weekend. I'm gonna roll with the Browns.
I'm going with the Browns on that. Yeah.
Natalie thinks she had it good because all her teams won this last weekend, of course, too. It was the Lions. Just saying.
Yeah.
The Jets at Green Bay. So Aaron Rodgers went across the pond, lost to the Giants.
Well, it's a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not counting. I'm rolling with the Jets till the fuel runs out. I'm rolling with these Jets. I'm just going to pick them.
All right. I'm gonna go to the Packers. I don't think.
Yeah, I know because it's a revenge game and they're back at Lambeau. Lambeau's tough. I get it. I'm just gonna roll with the Jets till the wheels go off.
We got the Jaguars at the Colts. Gosh, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars just because I have Trevor Lawrence on my bench. Not that I ever play him, but
I was
he's
thinking
there.
that too. But I'm gonna look at the Colts
And the Colts are having a running back issues like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Remember we had just talked about the one what's his face that got injured, and then I had Hines, and Hines got injured. That
I had
very
Hines
first,
too in one of my leagues. He got injuries. They're still not back yet, right? And it's
no.
trashed Matty Ice, right? It's Matt Ryan, Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
Jeez. I think I'm gonna have to side with you. I'm gonna have to side with you.
Okay. All right, we got the Vikings at Miami. So still no Tua, but they said that I think Tyreek Hill is supposed to be practicing again. He could be playing on Sunday.
I'm going with Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have taken Kirk Cousins last weekend instead of who did I have in my
Balling
fantasy? He did all right. He got his points. That's all I need you. As a fantasy owner, I just need you to get your points most of the time. And unfortunately, last weekend I had Kyler Murray in, who didn't even give me half my points. So
yes, let's go.
What you got?
Mookie Betts just hit. Oh no, that was Cody Bell. Let's see.
Oh,
Mookie Betts just hit in the center field. No,
nice.
I'm watching it on my iPad now.
Okay.
He hit a single and it sent Cody Bellinger to the second base. So we got 2 men on with 1 out. Actually,
all right, Mo's going Vikings. I'm gonna go Miami, but that's good. But no, that's the first base, right? On he got a double.
No, he hit a double, so it put Mookie on second and Cody Bellinger on third. So let's go. And 1 out.
All right, we got the Bengals at the Saints. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I'm going with the Saints again. The Saints are my team. I don't know what's going on with Bengals with Houday, but Houdat is showing up. I don't know what's going on with
They need to be doing hoodoo more. And
right. Like, I don't know what's going on
I feel like after
Houday,
just barely losing to the Ravens, they should be able to come and do something against the Saints. Have no D. So Joe Burrow, if nothing else, should be playing crazy and scoring major points, throwing it down. Is
Michael Thomas back, or he's still questionable?
I don't think he was. He wasn't there on Sunday for our game.
Yeah, he was out for the London game. Ooh. Maybe that's why Taysom Hill was balling out. Yeah. If Michael Thomas is back, I'm going with the Saints. I'll just roll with the Saints. It's fine. Who dat meets who day. It's going to be interesting.
All right. The Ravens at the Giants. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, Baltimore all day.
Yeah. They barely beat the Bengals.
They did. But I think they're going to regroup and come back strong.
The Giants just beat the Packers.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
I mean, the Giants are good.
Can the Ravens stop?
They lost to the Cowboys that night. They lost to the Cowboys. And that wasn't much to say. I don't know.
All right, Mo's going Ravens. I'm gonna roll with Natalie's Giants today. All right, Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. I don't even think Pittsburgh has a team. I saw their injury report and they have like 10 people on it.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Tampa Bay on that one.
Carolina at the Rams. I mean, the Rams did terrible against the Niners. I don't see them doing.
First of all, the Carolina Panthers are having a lot of issues.
Yes.
And one of their issues is their starting quarterback. And then didn't they just recently fire their coach?
Their coach?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're having problems. So when are people going to wake up and realize, and shout out to Chuck, because I sent it to him a meme. I was like, see, I told you Baker was trash. I know you had to live with it, but I just keep reiterating that I never liked Baker Mayfield, and this is the reason why I don't like Baker Mayfield.
But they said he doesn't even need surgery and that he could be coming back. He won't have to go on IR or anything, which is, I think, what Panther fans don't want to hear. They would prefer him probably being on IR.
They probably would. Now, if you want to talk about a stadium that needs to be booing, they need to be booing over there in Carolina.
Yeah. All right, so we're both going with the Rams. We got the Cardinals at Seattle. Of course, we know I'm rocking with Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with you guys on this too, because you guys are at home. You got your 12 men out there. So I don't think
and we haven't been home for a couple weeks. We were in Detroit.
Yeah, you guys
have
Orleans. Been. Yeah. So this is a good welcome home situation.
All right. Yeah. I don't even why this game couldn't be Thursday. I don't know. Buffalo at Kansas City. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes going down at Arrowhead.
That's going to be a great game.
Man.
And not for nothing, Bills have a defense on them that's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But God, Pat's been on. I feel like the Bills should just upset them, and I'm going to do that just because they took my Raiders out. I'm going with the Bills.
I'm going to roll with you.
Because I need somebody to shut Red Kingdom down for real.
All right, then we got Dallas at Philly for Sunday Night Football. I'm going with Philly.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with Philly. Let's go for it with Philly. 6-0. Come on, guys.
Someone needs to take it down. Take them down.
And Will then Smith, you're 1 for 3. Come on, you hit a single in the 6.
Monday Night Football, Denver at the Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't think Denver has it.
They don't. And I mean, these are 2 divisional games that I don't want either team to win. I definitely don't want the Chargers to win.
Yeah, because they're close to you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to Denver.
Pick. It's just not realistic. I'm gonna go with the Chargers just because I have Austin Eckler on my fantasy team.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I have Justin Herbert as my quarterback on one of my other fantasy leagues.
Right.
So,
all right. Well, we got it. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We thank you. We can't wait to chat with you next week. Make sure to stay tuned. Follow us on social media because we're going to be hanging out. I'm going to be hanging out this weekend. I'm going to try and get all the sports I can into 2 days and 48 hours. So,
well, that's a marathon for you.
It's going to be
have fun with that.
Hopefully I come back alive and with some wins.
I think you will. Alive and with some wins. I like that.
All right, y'all. Have a good time.
With the win,
Mo, I know your Dodgers are going to win this, so
I hope so. We got a full bases loaded, bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. It's Roberto Suarez. It's a pitcher right now. Willie Smith is up there. Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Los Angeles Dodgers. He hit a single. Let's go. What's that? Fly ball caught. We're out. End of the 7th.
Not deep enough.
It's over.
All right, y'all. Have a great week. We will see you next week. And if you're catching the tail end of this, just catch the replay or check us out. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Girlchatsports. Girlchatsports. Bye.